Before we get started, do we have any emergency or priority traffic for the net? This is Victor Echo 1 Juliet Bravo Lima, VE1JBL. My name is Jim, and I'll be your net controller for tonight's net. This net meets every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Atlantic Time in CQ Maritime's room 60207. The net is open to all amateurs in the Maritime province, scheduled for 1 hour. The net is also streaming live on YouTube at Rob VE1RMJ, so that everyone can follow the net and participate in the chat room. Amateurs will be called in by province. When you check in, please give us your call sign using proper phonetics. After maritime stations are called in, stations from outside the area will get a chance to check in. A reminder, due to the delay in the system, key up for a second or two before transmitting and keep the PTT button on for a second or two after your transmission has finished. Break. Okay, let's start with announcements. Has anybody got any announcements they'd like to give? Go ahead, please.
Victor 2 Alpha November.
VY2AN, VE1JBL. Good evening. Go ahead with your announcement.
Thank you, Jim. Good evening, everybody. Just wanted to say thank you to all those that came to the Charlottetown Flea Market last weekend. It was great, very well attended. We counted 70, that's 70 ham operators from the Maritime region attending. So it was great to see everybody and spend some time together and had some activities and lunch and all that good stuff. So besides that, things are well here. Nice and sunny day, pretty warm. Enjoying the evening on the net. So I hope everybody has a great evening on 73 VY2AN.
VY2AN, VE1JBL. Okay, very good, Ricardo. Good on everything there. And yeah, good on the flea market there. I know there was at least 4 from our club here in Amherst that went over. And I was going to go myself, and it ended up that's the morning that my wife was coming home from Newfoundland. So I was in Halifax Saturday morning picking her up at the airport. So I didn't get over, but hopefully next year we'll do that. And yeah, good on the amount there. I was kind of curious how many made it over there. I know there was a lot of announcements put out on different platforms there, so I'm glad everything went over well. Anyways, thanks, Ricardo, for coming in, and have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Any other announcements? Any other announcements before we start? Nothing heard. Let's open up for stations who can't stay around, so short-time stations, any mobile stations also, because we may not be getting you down the road. So mobile stations are weak, so I may not make up because I couldn't win any this week. With that, I wish I could have got over to the island there to the flea market, but golly, I couldn't make it. I can't drive that far. I'd love to go to Riverview this year, but I know I'm not going to be able to make that one unless I get somebody to drive for me. Anyway, Jim, that's about it from here. Thanks for calling me in. Thanks for doing the net. So we'll give it back to you this evening. Take care. Have a great evening and a great rest of the week. We'll catch you another time. So Victor Echo 1, Juliet JBL, with the Maritime Fusion Net. Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot, Oscar X-Ray here in 3 Mile Plains. 7-3, Jim. Have a great evening. Yeah, okay, very good, Curtis. Good on everything there. And, well, hopefully, maybe you can find a couple other guys that are heading up this way, which would be nice to see at the flea market there in Riverview there. So have to keep the lines of communications open there. Maybe you can tag along with a couple others from down that way. If anybody's heading that way. Anyways, thanks, Curtis, for coming in and get back to your company there for sure. And thanks very much for taking the time to come in. 7-3 for now. Okay, let's go see Joe, VE1GUI, VE1JBL.
VE1JBL, VE1GUI. Good evening, Jim. Good evening to everyone on frequencies on the Wednesday night Fusion Net, Maritime Net. Yeah, no, I was just sitting there looking at the door. It It was all overcast here a little while ago, but I see the sun popped out here again now, so out here watching a doe and a fawn, little baby fawn, with all the spots onto it. But this one here is a smaller one that was out here before, but it was out here by itself. The other one, I think the mother must have got either ran over or something, because I don't see the mother was with that one anymore, so. But anyway, it happens. Too bad it also happens, but anyway. That's what's going on here. I was out in the shed for a while this morning, but come dinner hour, I had to give it up. It got too hot. We had 28 degrees here, 28 and a half, I guess you call it. Just see a little weather state, or just temperature gauge don't show you the points on it, but the one over there is 28 and a half. So, but anyway, other than that, yeah, that's pretty hot for Curtis, 40 odd degrees. Oh, I don't think I can handle that one. 28 was bad. I had to come in the house every once in a while and get the dehumidifier going and get it cooled down. So, thanks for calling me in, and no free markets on this end. See you later, B1GY.
B1GY, B1JB. Okay, very good, Curtis, or Joe. Good on everything there, and yeah, the little fawn out there in the yard there. Have to keep an eye on her there for sure, and good on the everything else there. So, very good. Thanks, Joe, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Let's go to Sandy Cove and see John. B1JS, B1JBL. Come on in.
Hi everyone, JPL on the net, B1JS. Good evening, Jim. Good evening, all. Not too bad a day here. I didn't go outside. I got up to 28, but the dew point got to 20, which means it was terribly muggy. Not like us at all. It's going down now. Dew point's down to 17, and the temperature's down to 22. But we sure do need a break. Anyway, 7-3 all. Thanks for doing the net. Thanks for calling me in. We'll look for you again next week. V1JBL, V1JS. 7-3.
Yeah, okay, very good, John. Good and everything. And yeah, it was very hot here today. Also, we had a couple of showers go through here at 6 o'clock this morning, and it just poured. Like there was no tomorrow. That kind of rain coming down there, and it lasted for about 10 minutes. And then stopped, and then it did it again another 15 minutes later for about another 2 or 3 minutes, and then it stopped, and then that was the end of the rain, and then the sun came out, and it just was a hot, sticky day here. I'm out in the shack here in the garage with the air conditioner in the window, and it's going here. I don't think you can hear it from behind me here, but anyways, it's a nice and comfy evening here in the shack, so we're not complaining. Very good, thanks, John. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. And let's go up to see Peter, BE1WIN, BE1JBL. You at the cottage?
Yeah, good evening, Jim. Yeah, we're still at the cottage. I'll be here for another week or so, and then I gotta head back, and then I gotta come back again, go home, then come back and go to Newfoundland for a week, taking a bus trip to Newfoundland from here. So me and Mom are going over on a bus trip to Newfoundland for a week in September. So I might take a radio with me, I don't know. I might take one of my handhelds, I'm not sure yet. But I know my buddy said he's going to help me get into transmit on Signal Hill. I guess they have a amateur radio station on Signal Hill in St. John, so I'm going to try and do that. So with that, Jim, I'll turn it back to you, and hopefully my transmission is doing pretty good tonight, better than last week. So back to you, Jim. Have a good night.
BE1WIN, BE1JBL. Okay, very good, Peter. Yeah, and good on the trip to Newfoundland. Yeah. Like I say, we were there last year, but we only went to the West Coast there, and we didn't go to the East Coast there. We just stayed on the West Coast there for 12 days and had an amazing time there for sure. And right now, Gordon Cotton, VE9GC, him and his wife are over there on a bus trip all around the province there. I've got some pictures from them from Facebook here, and they were all the way up to where we were, up into St. Anthony and up to the Viking settlement up there, and I think the last pictures I saw from them, they were at Signal Hill in St. John's there, so they were on a bus trip too. They may be back now, I'm not 100% sure, but I just got pictures from them yesterday. I think they were at Signal Hill there, so anyways, they're having a great time. I know you will have a great time there. You guys, you and your mom will enjoy the trip there for sure. So 7-3, have yourself a great evening. Okay, with that, we've done the check-in early and the mobile one, so let's go to PEI. Let's start our first round, so we'll go to Prince Edward Island first. So anybody from Prince Edward Island that lives there, or anybody who is visiting Prince Edward Island for summer vacation, anybody listening to the Maritime Fusion Net on Prince Edward Island, anybody that check into the net, go ahead.
Victor Yankee 2. Oh, Foxtrot.
I got BY2GF on there. I got you, George. Anybody else? Anybody else on Prince? VY2GF, E1JB. Okay, very good, George. You were quite broken up that time. I didn't get too much of that. Might just be where you're located or conditions or whatever, but we didn't get too much of that conversation there tonight. But we have you in the logbook, so thank you very much for taking part, and have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, that was our first round of Prince Edward Island, so let's go into Nova Scotia. Stations from Nova Scotia. Even visitors into Nova Scotia, anybody that's listening on the Maritime Fusion Net here in Nova Scotia that'd like to check in the net, the call sign here is VE1JBL. My name is Jim. Stations from Nova Scotia. Go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 1 Alpha Bravo X-ray.
Victor Echo 1, Romeo Charlie Charlie, mobile. VE1RCC mobile.
VE1 RLH, Nova Scotia.
Zulu X-ray. E1ZX.
Okay, got 4 stations that time. I got VE1ABX, VE1RCC mobile, VE1 Zulu X-ray, and I didn't get the other call sign there. It was coming up with Joe's call sign there, but I think it was not Joe. So come on back with your call sign there so I can write it down.
VE1 RLH.
VE1RLH, we got you that time. Thank you very much. Okay, top of the list. Well, let's go to mobile first. Rob, VE1RCC mobile, VE1JBL, come on in.
Hi, V1JBL and RCC mobile here. Actually, I am designated here, so I'm just sitting in the driveway there and all that good stuff. But I figured I might as well check in first and all that stuff. So anyway, I had a pleasant trip back and all that, and yeah, I talked on the radio for a good long time there, so it was like days of old, and really enjoyed that. So anyway, 6 meters certainly helped actually. When we got off the Maritime room, went on the Canada room, and V1P PYS, I think it was. Talked to him. He was the guy that put it together, so it was a good little conversation with him, and
and all that. And there's people who listen to that repeater all the time, the 150. So that's good to hear. That's going to be people manning it and always somebody there to talk to. So that's a good thing. Anyway, other than that, that's about it. So I'll probably make another trip, at least to Truro there, probably in another 3 or 4 weeks, I think. So I'll be manned with all the same equipment there, and I'll probably be using it. So anyway, thanks for letting me in. Hey, everyone, have a good day there. VE1 RCC Mobile. Oh, by the way, nice cool breeze here in Wedgeport. It's really nice. I think it's 30 degrees in RCC Mobile.
Yeah, okay, very good, Rob. Good and everything there, and hopefully everything went well at the what we talked about there before. Everything is going well there, so good stuff. Very good. Thanks, Rob, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Guy, VE1ABX, VE1JBL.
Good evening, Jim. 7-3 all. Good to jump back in on the Maritime Net. I've been messing around here, Jim, with a end-fed antenna, and I just hooked to my FTX10, and it seems to be working quite well. I put it through spaces with the 101 MD I got here, and yeah, we thought we'd hook it up to the FTX10 and see how we make it with that. Other than that, I played around with four-wheeler, and of course, changed the oil and all the good stuff, and went to go change the plug and busted off the spark plug wire. So fortunately, I had another coil, hooked the coil up with the new spark plug, and of course I got no spark, so I messed around with that most of the day, so we'll play with it again tomorrow. Nothing but fog here, Jim. Like Rob said, got a nice cool breeze, and one other thing I want to mention, it's really good to hear Brad. Victor Echo 1 Zulu X-ray, good to hear you back on the air there, Brad. So we'll say 7-3s and shoot it back to you, Jim. Victor Echo 1 Alpha Bravo X-ray.
Yeah, okay, very good, Guy. Yeah, I was going to ask you, if you're playing around with all the spark plugs and things breaking down and everything, were you in the same heat that we had today? If so, I would be firing that thing in the river, is what I'd be doing. But it sounds like it was fogged in and it had a cool breeze, so that's good. That's good. Very good, guys. Thanks very much for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Let's go see Rachel, VE1RLH, VE1JBL. Come on in.
VE1JBL, this is VE1RLH. I'm Joe Twice. I've had my license here around 4 years, so I come on the net every now and then. Joe will ask me, do you want to go on? And sometimes I say yes, and sometimes I get a little scared and not come on. But anyway, you have a great evening. We're just sitting here watching the deers come out and see what's going on. So this is VE1RLH going clear with VE1JBL. Thanks for calling me in. 73s.
VE1RLH, VE1JBL. Okay, very good, Rachel. Good and everything. And no, you're welcome anytime on the net here for sure. And don't be scared. Well, I can say, yes, you could probably be a little scared. I mean, I think we all went through that. I can remember after I got my license and getting on the net for the first time, and it's a big deal, to get on there and start chatting with somebody. What are you going to talk about, and stuff like that? Are you going to do it all right, and stuff like that? So it takes a while, but after a while, you just get the hang of it, and it's just another thing there. So yeah, don't be shy, and by all means, come on in the net here when you get that chance there. 7-3. Have yourself a great evening. Okay, let's go see Brad, and I am surprised. I didn't hear anything out of the ordinary, but I'm hoping you're not talking from the hospital, but let's find out what's going on here. VE1ZX, VE1JBL.
V1JBL, V1 Zulu X-ray. Very good evening, Jim. Good evening to Guy there. And Rachel. Rachel's my relation to me, Jim. She's one of my cousins. Yeah, I've been in the hospital. Believe it or not. I got the last test back today. I'm out of the hospital, by the way. I'm out of the hospital now. And I got the test back today. and I did test positive for Lyme disease, but I don't think it was Lyme disease. I think it might have been a combination of too much sun, Jim, not enough water. Because it's been hot, and I've been laying out on my pool deck here for 3 and 4 hours at a time there, so I believe it was a combination, but I think I'm on the mend. I'm quite sore. And glad to be out of the hospital, Jim. Thanks for checking me in. Thanks for doing that. The V1 JBL, V1 Zulu, X-Ray, Brad, and 2 Empires go.
Yeah, okay, very good, Brad. And on behalf of everybody who's on here tonight there, we're so glad to see you out of the hospital there, for sure. So good and everything. The Lyme disease, could you find a spot or anything on you that would have, would have said that it was Lyme disease? Did you find any spots on you?
They tested me last week. It takes quite a while to get that test back. They tested me, and I did test positive there, but I couldn't find any marks on me. But I've been in the woods quite a little bit, Jim, cutting wood and stuff there. Actually, I cut 6 cord of wood up here not too long ago, and I think it was a combination of both. But anyway, I'm on the mend.
Yeah, okay, very good, Brad. Very good. Well, I'm glad to hear that, and I'm sure everybody else is there too. And and I had sunstroke once before, Brad, when I was still living on Copp Avenue in town in Amherst. I put a new garage roof on before we decided to put the house up for sale. The roof needed to be replaced on the garage, so I went up there and was replacing the roof, taking all the old shingles off and putting new shingles on and everything. And I'll tell you, I got out in that sun there one day, and I had to come down off the roof. And it was just a very strange feeling. And ever since then, I can't really sit out in the sun. About 10 to 15 minutes is all I can do in the sun now. But it always seemed to be the start after that, kept that sunstroke at home. And that's going back quite a few years because we didn't move out here until 2016. So I'm thinking like it was 2013 or 14 that I got that. But I never took the sun the same way after I took that sunstroke. So, like I say, hopefully that's all it is, and you're on the mend, so that's good. And thanks very much for coming in there tonight there, Brad, and all the best there for sure, 7-3 for now. Okay, with that, we've done the first round of PEI in Nova Scotia, so let's go into New Brunswick and take the first round from New Brunswick. Anybody from New Brunswick, any visitors in New Brunswick that can listen to the Maritime Fusion Net, by all means, anybody from New Brunswick, come on in.
Victor Echo 9, Mike Charlie Alpha Portable, VE9 MCA Portable.
Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima, V9 PAL.
Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo. Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo Portable.
VE1 OL, VE1 Oscar Lima.
Well, that's a very fine start there. All nice phonetics and spaced very nicely, and true professionals there. I'll tell you who I got here so far. VE9 MTA Portable, VE9 PAL, VE9 CUB, and VE1OL. Anybody else that I missed from the province of New Brunswick, stations from New Brunswick? Go ahead. I guess I didn't miss anybody. Top of the list, Mike, come on in. VE9M. Is it MCA your portable call? I'm not 100% sure there. I know it's in. You're not using MTV tonight. I know you use a different call for portable. VE9. Come on in, Mike.
Yeah, Victor Echo 1, Juliet Bravo Lima with the Maritime Fusion Net, Victor Echo 9, Mike Charlie Alpha Portable. Yeah, I'm using my portable here, coming through the VE9 MFR repeater in Moncton. I'm at my daughter's mini home there. I get babysitting duties for my two grandsons there. So, yeah, beautiful day there, Jim. Went to the clubhouse this morning and had some good meet with everybody there, and kind of came back home and I'm babysitting tonight. So beautiful weather so far. Thanks for doing the net there, Jim. And I think I'm going to be leaving for Alberta on the 23rd of September and back on the 3rd of October. So I'll be missing the my chores on the 2nd. So maybe we'll swap with you there for that one. So back to you, Jim, and hi to everybody else on the net. And glad to hear that Brad is okay there. Good news. VE1JBL, VE9 MCA Portable, 73 all.
Yeah, okay, very good, Mike. Yeah, good and everything there. And, yeah, as I say, we get closer to it there. You can let me know what's going on there, and we'll definitely take that week for you there for sure. So, 7-3 for now. Let's go see your neighbor, VE9PAL, VE1JBL. Paul, come on in.
Yeah, VE1JBL, this is VE9PAL. How you doing there, Jim, and Mike, my neighbor, and everybody else on the net? Beautiful day today. It's still 26 here at in Irishtown. It was went for a walk, a little warm, but we had a nice breeze. So anyway, no traffic here. You guys all have a great week ahead. Take care. VE9PAL.
Yeah, okay, very good, Paul. Good on everything there, and yes, you too. You have a great week there, and we'll chat with you again there. And thanks to you and Mike for checking in with Exercise Handshake there last night also. So thanks for that too. 7-3 for now. Okay, let's go see Don, VE9CUB, VE1JBL.
VE1 JBL, this is Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo here on handheld. Good evening, Jim, and good evening to Paul and Mike going out the door ahead of me here. Anyway, no real traffic, just a simple check-in and say hi. Midweek hump day, as they say. So anyway, up here too was a real nice day and whatnot. I was in St. John and they had fog, so there you go. Anyway, no traffic, Jim, just a hi. I'll give it back to you. Victor Echo 9 JBL. This is Victor Echo 9 Charlie Uniform Bravo. Thanks, Jim, for doing the net as always and calling me in.
Yeah, okay, very good, Don. VE9CUB, VE1JBL, and good on St. John there. I was going to come back and ask you what the weather was, if it was fogged in there, so it was. So, anyways, that's all part of St. John, for sure. Anyways, thanks, Don, for coming in. Have yourself great, even 7-3 for now. And let's go down into that area, but we'll only go as far as Quispam Sis, I guess. VE1OL, VE1JBL. Good evening, Aubrey, and how is Daisy and Peter doing?
Hi, Jim. Hi, everybody on the net tonight. Daisy's eating her supper right now. And let's see what Peter's doing. I think Peter's doing the same thing. And Aubrey's trying to eat supper. But anyhow, I've been suffering over a computer glitch that I've been working for hours today and yesterday, actually, too, trying to find the answer. And some of my friends are working on it, and nobody can come up with a solution. And lo and behold, I found out what it was a while ago. So I can't wait to tell the guys. Anyhow, that's the way it goes, I guess. Thanks for doing the net, Jim. Nice to hear everybody. And no fog here. Back to you, VE1OL.
Yeah, okay, very good, Aubrey. Good on everything there, and the kids there, and everything else there. So 7-3, and thanks again for taking part in that there. Okay, with that, we've completed one round of the Maritime provinces here, so what we're going to do now is call for stations outside the Maritimes. Anybody from outside the Maritimes that would like to check into the Maritime Fusion Net, this is your time. Go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 3, Alpha Charlie, VE3AC.
Okay, got Frank in there, VE3AC. Anybody else from outside the Maritimes? Anybody else from outside the Maritimes? I haven't heard Francis in here tonight here, so maybe he's... Oh, I think he's on the go. I think he's dinosaur hunting. If I read something right there on Facebook today, I think he's down there looking for dinosaurs in Drumhillen. So maybe we're not going to hear from Francis tonight. But any other stations from outside the Maritimes that would like to check in the net, come on in. Okay, Frank, you're all by yourself there. VE3AC, VE1JBL, and how's things up in Sudbury?
VE1JBL, Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie. And I think it's pretty much the same weather as what you guys are having. I'm not sure what the degrees are, what Celsius we're at, but it's mighty humid and very hot. We were supposed to have quite the thunderstorm yesterday or last night, but nothing transpired. So we're still wanting some moisture over here for the grass and whatever else. So hopefully we get some soon. But yeah, can't. I'm not going to complain about it. It's plus than minus 40 any day of the year. So I'm just taking strides with it and taking it easy and watching out for heat stroke or anything else transpiring. But I've been taking it quite easy, so I don't think I'll be affected by anything like that. But anyways, hopefully everyone's taking care over there, and thanks for doing the net, Jim, as always. So with that, I'll send it back to net control. VE1JBL, Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie. Waving a hand to everyone and saying 73s.
The VE3AC, VE1JBL. Okay, very good, Frank. Good and everything there, and yeah, it's dry pretty well everywhere there. So hopefully you'll get some participation there for sure, and things will be better. So anyways, thanks very much for coming in there tonight and representing Northern Ontario there, and have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, with that, we've completed one round of just about everything here, so we're going to start round two. And, of course, starting round two, we're going to begin with Prince Rupert Island again. So any stations from Prince Rupert Island that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net, stations from PEI, come on in, please. Nothing heard from Prince Rupert Island, so let's go into Nova Scotia. Stations from Nova Scotia. Second round of the Maritime Fusion Net. Stations from Nova Scotia. Go ahead.
Victor Echo 1, Julie, Whiskey V1, JW.
Victor Echo 1, Charlie Alpha.
Victor Echo 1, Kilo Echo Victor.
Victor Echo 1, Lima Alpha Uniform.
Victor Alpha 1, Nevada Indigo Charlie. Victor Echo 1, Sierra Juliet.
Okay, we got 6 stations at a time. I'll tell you who I have. VE1JW, VE1 Charlie Alpha, VE1 KEV, VE1 LAU, VA1 NIC, and VE1 SJ. Who did I miss? Who did I miss from Nova Scotia?
Victor Echo 1, Golf Papa.
Victor Echo 1, Bravo Tango Charlie.
Okay, we got two more stations, VE1GP and VE1BTC. We'll go to the top of the list, but before I do, Eric, call you in. Frank, VE3AC, I just want to let you know that your radio, your audio was way down. Again, for the second time tonight there, I'm trying to think of who it was I was talking to before, if it was Curtis or Joe. I had to turn the volume control up at 3/4 of the way just to hear you, Frank, so you might want to check the audio level on the radio there. But yeah, I had to go 3/4 of the way up just to get you in there. So just to let you know there, Frank. Okay, top of the list, VE1JW, VE1JBL. Eric, very good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Jim, and everybody else on it. I tried to get it a couple times on the first round, but I guess I didn't get through the pilot. Don't matter. Always the second round or the tail end, whichever. And I get through the day, but yeah, not too much. I've got the ears lowered today and got a little bit of shopping, and come home and be kind of just relaxing the rest of the day. We'll get some groceries tomorrow. I'm going to go into my insurance office. They did some running around with my car policy, and they found another company that can save me about $500 a month, or a year rather. So I said, well, I guess, yeah, I might as well shift. Same broker, so just a different company. So I'm got to get out and sign some papers for that tomorrow to switch it over. So that'll keep us out of mischief tomorrow, I guess. But supposed to rain anyway. Might as well do some indoor stuff on a rainy day. Other than that, just listening with interest. VE1JW.
Yeah, okay, very good, Eric. Good and everything there. And yeah, I think we're supposed to get rain, but not until tomorrow night. I think you guys get it early, and then I think it was around supper time tomorrow night we're supposed to get it here. So we might get the day in here doing some more outdoor chores there. So very good. Okay, Eric, thank you very much for coming in there, and have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Robert, VE1 Charlie Alpha, VE1 JBL, and how's the live feed?
VE1 JBL, VE1 CA. Well, good evening to you, Jim, and good evening to everybody else on frequency. There's a lot there to mention there. So good evening to all the stations on there this evening. Live stream was good. I did have the cat come up here at the start and jump on the keyboard, and had to restart the live stream there. But anyway, it's working good. Definitely great to hear Brad check in there this evening. Really glad he's on the mend there. We were worried when we got that first email there, so glad to hear he's out of the hospital and on the mend there. Other than that, nothing too much else to report here. Staying pretty busy. Blueberry season's in full swing here. Anyway, hope everybody has a great evening. 7-3. VE1 JBL, VE1 CA.
VE1 CA, VE1 JBL. Okay, very good, Rob. Good and everything there. And yes, I was going to ask you if you're getting busy now with blueberry season, but it sounds like you are. So good stuff. That'll keep you entertained for a while. That's for sure. Very good. Thanks for coming in, Rob. Thanks for the recording and everything. And have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, let's go right into Emerson and see Kevin. VE1 KEV, VE1 JBL.
Yeah, very good evening, Jim. VE1 JBL for the Wednesday night Fusion Net, VE1 KEV. Good evening there, and good evening to Robert there, and all on the net there tonight, Eric, and I think I even heard our old buddy Brandon in there as well, Bravo Tango Charlie. Good evening. Anyway, good evening to everyone there. Beautiful, beautiful day today. It was pretty warm, really. Anyway, we're just entertaining our granddaughter here this evening, and thought we'd come in the shack and give you a check-in there. So, thanks for calling us in, Jim, and good to hear Brad there as well, for sure. It's good that he's back home there and getting better. Thanks again, Jim. 7-3. VE1 JBL from VE1 KEV.
Okay, very good, Kevin. Good and everything there, and having the granddaughter in there. We're going to make ham out of her yet there, Kevin. Go ahead.
We'll try, yeah.
Yeah. We're always looking. They're always asked us how young our youngest member is there, so we can beat them all with her there. So we'll have to work on that one. Very good. Thanks, Kevin, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. And let's go to the other side of Amherst and see Lori, VE1LAU, VE1JBL.
VE1JBL, VE1LAU. Good evening, Jim. Kevin just backing out the door there. Good evening to you, too, as well. I thought I seen your Jeep driving by here. But anyway, all is good. We had a good time. We did make it over to the flea market there on the island, Frank and I, and fortunate enough to win a door prize, and all went well. It was a great day, and tomorrow I think we're headed for Halifax to go down and watch that Buskers show. I don't know if you've ever seen it or not, but it's certainly worth the trip. Anyway, thanks for calling me in, Jim. Thanks for doing that. VE1LAU.
VE1LAU, VE1JBL. Very good, Lori. And yeah, good on the Buskers. They actually had one of them on the news tonight, the evening news there. They had one of the Buskers there doing a little a spiel there on the live news there tonight there. So yeah, that's always a great time down there. I'm sure you'll enjoy that. And good on the flea market. Yes, I did hear you went over there. And good to see that you're getting back in the action again, because I remember when you used to go to the flea market, you won quite a few prizes there. So I guess that has never wavered. Lori, go ahead.
Yeah, I always remember the book that I won there. One of the first ones, I think it was in Riverview there. The book on radio etiquette. Yeah, I always get a smile when I think that I won that. But anyway, okay. You have a great evening. VE1LAU.
Yeah, very good, Lori. I had to chuckle because that's exactly what I was thinking about. Was that book? So good stuff. Very good. Okay, thanks for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, this is a new one, I think, for me, and I looked it up here. I think the name is Nick. VA1NIC, VE1JBL, and Nick, maybe just let me know where you're located there. Go ahead.
Yeah, VE1JBL, this is Victor Alpha 1, Nevada Indigo Charlie, and I'm just in Lower Sackville, and we're getting ready to hide downstairs from the humidity. Otherwise, pretty great summer day.
Yeah, okay, very good, Nick, and good on Lower Sackville there. So yes, I noticed even at our place here, I might go down the basement there. It's quite a bit cooler than when you come up on the main floor there for sure. So good stuff. So are you new to the hobby, Nick, or new to Fusion, and new to the net, or what's going on there? Over.
Yeah, I've checked into the net maybe once or twice before, and I got my Hammer U license maybe 6 months ago, about, and now I'm getting ready to set up a measuring tape Yagi to do some SATCOM, and then also set up a NOAA satellite later in the summer, or NOAA satellite antenna later in the summer. We'll see how all that goes.
VE1NIC, VE1JBL, very Nick, good and everything there, and the 6 months as a ham. So congratulations on that, and welcome to the hobby. And yeah, good on the satellite there. And one of our members, matter of fact, he was just on here a few minutes ago. VE1 Charlie Alpha, Rob, he lives in Oxford, and he's done quite a bit of satellite work in the past there too. I don't think he is right at the moment here, but I know he has done satellite work in the past. He really enjoyed it too. So sounds like a good part of the hobby to get into. Anyways, thanks, Nick, for coming in. Have yourself a great evening. Hopefully we'll hear you more often on the Maritime Fusion Net here every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. 7-3 for now. VE1SJ, VE1JBL. Scott, come on in.
VE1JBL, VE1SJ. Good evening, Jim. Scott here in Cole Harbor. Yeah, hot and humid day here as well. Getting ready for the movers to come tomorrow and getting moved home to Cape Breton after 30 years absence, I guess. And I guess the benefit of it is I made a deal with the wife to get a new HF rig, considering I got her the house she wanted. So wishing everyone a good evening on the net, and over to you, Jim. VE1JBL, VE1SJ.
V1SJ, V1JBL. Well, that very good, Scott. And well, that sounds like a great trade-off for sure there. So you get her the house she wants, and you get a new HF rig. So I'll have to try that. I wonder if I can try that on the wife here. I don't think we really want to move again. I know I don't want to move again there, and I do have a couple HF rigs here. So I guess I better just be happy with what I got here. So very good. Thanks, Scott, for coming in, and have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Now let's go down to Gordon. I haven't heard from Gordon for a while here. VE1GP, VE1JBL. Very good evening.
VE1JBL, VE1 Golf Papa. Yeah, good evening to you, Jim. It's been a while. Been really busy. Having a good summer, though. Things have been quite nice down here in Swinscope. It's nice to hear your net going on there. I'll try and get back a little more often than I have lately, but it's sure been busy. Anyway, good to hear you, and thanks for bringing me in there, Jim. 7-3 to all. VE1JBL, VE1 Golf Papa.
Yeah, okay, very good, Gordon. Yeah, good to have you there tonight there. And, yeah, of course, this time of year, too. I don't expect the nets to be too lively. Our summers are short, so a lot of people don't want to spend time indoors on the radio when we only get 2 good months here to enjoy ourselves here. So, anyways, good to hear you on there tonight there. And have yourself a great evening. And thanks for taking part. 7-3 for now. Let's go see Brendan down in... let me see now. Where exactly? Bernie's River or something like that? Brendan, come on in.
V1 JBL, V1 BTC. No, we're in Durham. I guess it'd be a few kilometers away from Bernie's River. But, oh well, nevertheless, we're in the general vicinity anyway. And I haven't had my fusion rig on in the last little while, so I figured I should fire it up tonight and blow the dust off of it. Anyway, Jim, say good evening to you, and we'll say good evening to everybody else on frequency there. And you'll get back to the net. VE1 JBL, VE1 BTC.
Yeah, okay, very good, Brendan. And I'll have to contact Craig and get him to go over to your place there and slap your fingers for not being on the Fusion Radio more often there. So I'll look into that there. If he shows up at your front door, you know what's going to go happen. Over.
I know there'll be big trouble, and then I know to hide in the corner.
Yeah, okay, very good, very good. Okay, have yourself a great evening, 7-3 for now. Okay, with that, we've done 2 rounds of PEI and 2 rounds of Nova Scotia, so let's go for our second round into New Brunswick. Stations from New Brunswick that would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net. Second round, stations from New Brunswick. Come on in.
Victor Echo 9, Oscar Sierra.
Okay, I got Oscar in there, VE9OSK. Anybody else from New Brunswick? Stations from New Brunswick. This is the second round. Stations from New Brunswick.
VE9 Victor Echo Alpha.
I knew Vern would be out there somewheres. So I got Vern in there also. Any other stations? Any other stations from New Brunswick? Okay, we'll go with those two. VE9OSK, VE1JBL. Very good evening, Oscar. Thanks for taking part in exercise handshake last night. And how are we making out with the boat? Any trips planned?
VE1 JBL, VE9 Oscar Sierra Kilo. Good evening, Jim, and everybody on the Fusion Net tonight. Just locally, we're not going long hauls out there, just cruising around and having some fun there. So that's probably it. I don't like it when it's too windy. It's not as enjoyable just when you're cruising around there. So we had quite a bit of wind this year. So it should be tapering out, I think, by the weekend there. So today was quite windy, and tomorrow I think it's supposed to rain and some wind. So that is going to adjust. We still got another month to go easily. So we'll take advantage of it by then there. Thanks for doing the net, sir, and calling me in. It's been I missed a few there because I was out usually on the Wednesday night there. Some music going on here, so we usually go there. 7-3, Victor Echo 9, Oscar, Sierra Kilo.
Yeah, okay, very good, Oscar. No problem at all there. Good to have you on board there tonight. And I do have a question for you. What kind of boat do you have? I know you mentioned the boat several times here, but I'm not sure if it's a sailboat or a regular boat or what are we talking there?
It's a sailboat. It's a 26-foot sloop. It's called a Thunderbird. It's a boat that I built myself on plywood. So my number is 1239. It means there's over 1,239 that was built. There was some more after that, I think, there. I don't know if you're familiar with the boat at all. Back to you, sir. 7-3.
Okay, very good, Oscar. Well, good on that. Wow, that's quite an achievement there for sure. So you're very good. Yeah, it sounds nice there. Anyways, thanks very much for coming in there, and have yourself a great evening. 7-3 for now. Okay, let's go way up the track kitty and see Vern. VE9 VEA VE1 JBL. Very good evening, Vern.
VE1 JBL Wednesday night Fusion Net Control. Good evening, Jim. Good evening to all flying upstanding hands on frequency. My voice is a little raspy here this time of the night, Jim, tonight. So I guess I'll have to put up with it. Or everybody will have to put up with it. Never mind, well, you're pretty well since the net started. I didn't try that often to get in because I didn't know how I was going to make out, but all I can tell you is I'm working off of my Bluetooth headset tonight and giving that another workout. Boy, it's the first time I used it on digital. What fantastic audio coming out of that on digital. Clear as a bell. Crystal clear. So we've been resurrecting that. I hadn't used it for a while, so I thought I'd better give it a little dusting off and give it a whirl. Anyhow, it was a lot of fun using it, and like I say, first time on digital. Last night I worked it out on analog FM and that over here, so we're good there, but there's a lot more background noise coming in than hash coming in than there is on digital, of course. So Jim, we're coming in to give you a mark on the board, and we're all flying outstanding, and great evening. Great wake up call them all. And thanks for doing that. Thanks for calling us in one more time, putting up with my foolishness one more time, Jim. And also, the thing I'd like to throw out, anybody, I got a 7600 in there, I just can't get any audio to come out of it and transmit with it. So anybody got ideas, give me a call. See what we can check out. So, Jim, that's more than enough out of me. Thanks a lot for everything. Hopefully we'll be around again, like I say, again next week. Hey, great to hear voice again. 7-3 all, 7-3 Jim. Bye-bye.
VE9, VEA, VE1, JBL. Okay, very good, Fern, and good on everything there. And yeah, your voice is a little different there tonight there, so you take care there and have yourself a great evening there, and we'll hear you again there next week for sure. And maybe even Friday night on the Friday night net there. 7-3, and chat with you again. Okay, with that, we're at the bottom of the list here. We've done all three maritime provinces, and we've done outside the Maritimes. So what we're going to do now is just open it up for anybody anywhere. Anybody anywhere is inside or outside the Maritimes. I would like to check in the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead, please. Stations from anywheres, inside or outside the Maritimes. Before we close, stations from anywheres for the Maritime Fusion Net for July 31st. Stations from anywheres. Go ahead. Okay, we're going to make this the last call. We're getting up 2 minutes to 8 here, so we're going to make this the last call for the Maritime Fusion Net for July 31st, last net of July. Next week, Mike, VE9MTV will be your net control for the bilingual net next Wednesday night there. So last call for the Maritime Fusion Net for July 31st. Last call. Go ahead. And with that silence, we are going to close the net. And we had 27 check-ins there tonight. So that's a pretty good net for midsummer here. And I want to thank all the amateurs for checking in tonight. We also want to thank the owners of the repeaters and the nodes who linked in tonight for helping us expand the area for local hams to check in. For more information about Maritime Fusion Net, go to the Moncton Area ARC website at www.maarc.ca. That's Mike Alpha Romeo Charlie Charlie Alpha. And click on Club Activities and then Nets. Now that it has concluded, the CQ Maritime's room is now open for general use. This is Victor Echo 1 Juliet Bravo Lima, VE1 JBL, Jim out here in Tignish Bridge, Nova Scotia, signing off. Good night, all.
VE1 JBL,